We took a detour headed to San Antonio because of the traffic and stopped in this little coffee shop in Belleville, Texas. Now, we had just driven through miles and miles of pasture land, and we drove at 40 miles an hour and 35 miles an hour because that was the speed limit. It was a windy road. It was absolutely gorgeous. Miles of pasture, and you could see just like 100 acres and then the tree line around it. It was beautiful. This little cafe was intensely decorated. Lots of really distinguishing touches. This was a private room where you can rent it for parties. I love the way they did the picture of this cow. Amazing. So we continued our trip from Belleville, and look at the chair rail. That gives you new meaning to the word chair rail, doesn't it? Look at the old phone booth and the old nail bin. They've repurposed a lot of things and done them very well, very tastefully. So we got back on the road and ended up at this little Airbnb in San Antonio. It's right in the heart of town. Look at this crepe myrtle. It's got to be 100 years old. Look at that. It's huge. Look at that. It's got a beautiful backyard. It's a postage stamp size lot, even smaller than ours, but it's intensely decorated. Look at the backyard, this rock fence. Literally, it's too much to explain. We got settled in here. That's a nice place to sit. I spent some time there last night. It's the back of the house. You can see our bicycles. We ended up on the San Antonio River, which can't be more than a mile or so from here. That's where we're staying, is through that door. And they've got some new, at least to my purview, puppeteers that have animals that are lit, LED lit, and there's a person inside making there you can see skeletons, and can't really make out the iguana, but there's an animal in there. Yeah, and there's a better picture of it. That doesn't belong in there. The parade was supposed to take about 2 hours, and by the time we left, we had been there over 3 hours. We'd been there 3.5 hours, and we saw 5 little floats. It started to sprinkle, and it's much, much needed rain here in the hill country. They didn't know what to do. They just flat didn't know what to do. And these floats would stop in front of the La Baita stage area and allow the cameramen to take pictures, and then they would race past us. So there was no float. It's like they hit full speed when they were finished performing for the cameras. Their focus became filming the floats and making this out to be the biggest celebration of its type in the United States. What ended up happening is, because they didn't handle the little bit of rain that we got properly, people just left. Children were crying. It didn't work out at all well. At 9:30, we'd only seen 5 of the 26 floats, and they were asking people at La Baita to come down to the front because so many people had left. They wanted it to look like people were there, and there was a full crowd. It was incredible. But they took too long to do the parade, and they let a little bit of rain stop them. It was tragic. Yet, we had a wonderful time. It was a great evening. The weather was perfect. It was gorgeous outside. I can't even say we got that wet. This is all under a canopy of trees. It's just beautiful. Anyway, we're having a good time, thinking of y'all. We love you. Whoop, 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 whoop.